Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Poetry Out Loud 2020. Thank you for being here tonight and celebrating these incredible students. Kudos to you for doing this. This is pretty amazing. My name is Monique Dugas. I'm the Executive Director of Communications and Public Engagement here at ESD 112, our beautiful venue. Thank you to Tim Merlino for hosting. He's our superintendent. You'll hear from him in just a second. I would like to congratulate all of tonight's participants who have worked so hard and many months perfecting their poetry recitation and who have competed against their peers in competitions in their own schools in order to earn a spot in tonight's competition. Let's recognize these outstanding students. So before we dive right in, I would like to introduce you to someone very special here at the ESD, our superintendent, Tim Merlino.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Poetry Out Loud. I am Tim Merlino. I'm the superintendent of ESD 112. We're happy to host. I'm going to have our board member, Ann Campbell, stand up and be introduced. Ann comes from Stevenson. She comes down every year. This is her 6th year in a row, maybe even before that, but this is one of her favorite events. So thanks for being here, Ann. For the past 15 years, high school youth from around the state have stepped up onto stages just like this to participate in Poetry Out Loud. In fact, last year, there were over 18,000 students in the state of Washington that participated. So from Spokane to Olympia and Skagit Valley to Vancouver, the format is the same. Students recite a poem from memory in front of audiences of all sizes. The winner of each regional competition moves on to the state competition and then to a national competition. Over the years that the ESD's hosted this competition, I've learned it's not just getting up in front of people and reciting poetry. Students gain so much more from this. Public speaking skills, self-confidence, literature appreciation, and new outlets for creative expression are just a few of the many takeaways. I'm excited to hear from our local students this evening and appreciate all of you being here to support them. So good luck to all of you and congratulations for being here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. And I would like to introduce you to our judges. This evening would not be possible without our distinguished panel, so I'm going to read a brief introduction. And judges, would you please just turn around and wave to the crowd as I read your name? So we'll start with Michelle Knurland. Michelle is a communication manager on my team and also serves Kelso and Longview school districts. She chaired the poetry anthology at Colorado Mesa University and earned her degree in English literature. She founded the positive thought nonprofit The Joy Team in 2010 and has been inspiring people with uplifting messages ever since, which is true. She's very uplifting. Caroline Murphy. Caroline is a board-certified hospital chaplain at Legacy Salmon Creek and an ordained minister in the United Church of Christ. She also has a background as an editor and published translator, specializing in German to English translation. Her interests include classical music and traditional dance, as well as exploring places of natural and historic interest. Me too. Adele White is a retired K-12 arts educator whose career spans 50 years. She was on the planning team and founding faculty member of Jefferson Performing Arts and Buckman Elementary Arts in Portland and Vancouver School of Arts and Academics. Effie Trial. Effie is the literacy coordinator for ESD 112. She has been in this role for 5.5 years, working previously for Vancouver Public Schools as a classroom teacher, instructional coach, and English language learner coach. Catherine Livick. Catherine taught middle school for 15 years and also spent several years running the customer and internal training division for the country's largest Apple specialist retail chain. She now develops curriculum for teacher professional development around computer science and inclusive practices and acts as a project manager, coach, and consultant. developing teachers to improve their practice in school districts around ESD 112's region. She loves making music and art and has quite a number of opinions about coffee, Star Trek, and plants. Right. Let's hear more about that after the competition. So thank you, judges, for volunteering your time. We really appreciate you being here, and quite a distinguished panel with lots of interests. I'd also like to recognize members of our team who helped to coordinate tonight's event. Jody Thomas, she's off the sidelines. Jody, will you pop your head out? I know you don't like to be the center of attention. In true form, she's behind the scenes working. Jody is the communication manager on my team and is responsible for the coordination of tonight's event. It would not be possible without her hard work, so thank you, Jody. And also providing support here tonight is our department administrative assistant, Susan Rawl. Susan is also hiding in the wings, helping. There she is. She's helping judge this evening, or tally results, excuse me. Get her role straight. She does a lot of things, so we appreciate you being here, Susan. Thank you. So speaking of judging, in tonight's competition, our judges will be scoring each recitation on several criteria, including physical appearance, physical presence, voice and articulation, dramatic appropriateness, evidence of understanding, overall performance, and accuracy of recitation. Each student will recite 2 poems tonight, so we will have 2 rounds of recitation with a short break in between. Then we will conclude with the announcement of 2 students who will be advancing to the state competition. I've asked the students to introduce themselves by announcing their name and their poem when they come up. This is a new procedure this year, so please remember to introduce yourselves and your poem when you come up. For the first round, students will go in alphabetical order, and then we will take a short break, about 10 minutes, and then the second round will begin in reverse alphabetical order. Everyone clear on the instructions? Okay, great. So with that said, let's go ahead and begin our first round with Yeshe Berry, Vancouver Public School of Arts and Academics.
Hello, my name is Yeshe Berry, and my poem is entitled How to Triumph Like a Girl by Ada Limon. I like the lady horses best. How they make it all look easy. Like running 40 miles per hour is as fun as taking a nap or grass. I like their lady horse swagger after winning. Ears up, girls, ears up. But mainly, let's be honest, I like that they're ladies. As if this big, dangerous animal is also a part of me. That somewhere inside the delicate skin of my body there pumps an 8-pound female horse heart, giant with power, heavy with blood. Don't you want to believe it? Don't you want to lift my shirt and see the huge, beating, genius machine that thinks, no, it knows it's going to come in first. Thank you.
Dee?
Hi, I'm Dee Deschner from Hayes Freedom High School, and this is Flaxman by Margaret Fuller. We deemed the secret lost, the spirit gone, which spake in Greek simplicity of thought, and in the forms of gods and heroes wrought eternal beauty from the sculptured stone. A higher charm than modern culture won, with all the wealth of metaphysic lore, gifted to analyze, dissect, explore. A many-colored light flows from one sun. Art neath its beams a motley thread has spun. The prism modifies the perfect day, but thou hast known such mediums to shun, and cast once more on life a pure white ray. Absorbed in the creations of thy mind, forgetting daily self, my truest self I find. Thank you.
Amy?
Hi, I'm Amy Eels from Battleground High School, and I will be reciting Mansplaining by Jennifer Militello. Dear Sir, your air of authority leaves me lost. eases me from a place of ease, contracts with my contradictions to take from me a place, autopilots my autobiography, frightens my fright, sighs with my breath, wins at my race. Your certainty has me curtained. Your nerve has me nervous. Your childhood has me childlike, and your nastiness nests in my belfry like a hawk. You are beyond and above my slice of sky, peach as a pie, bourbon as its pit. You are spit and vinegar while I sour in my bowl. You bowl me over while I tread lightly on my feet. You walk on water while I sink. You witness me, fisherman, boat on the lake, while I struggle and burble and brittle and drop. You wink at me, and I must relate. I close my eyes to erase you, and you are written in my lids. A litmus test, a form of layer, God with 3 days of facial growth and an old bouquet for a face, soap and water for a brain. I have no handsome answer. I have no pillar of salt or shoulder to look over. I have no feather to weigh. I have no bubble to burst. I am less to myself, a character in a drama, a drumbeat, a benevolence, a blight. All parts of me say shoot on sight. Aim for an artery or organ. Good night.
Ready, judges? Bailey?
I'm Bailey, and I am from Camas High School, and I am offering this poem by Jimmy Santiago Baca. I am offering this poem to you, since I have nothing else to give. Keep it, like a warm coat when winter comes to cover you, or like a pair of thick socks the cold cannot bite through. I love you. I have nothing else to give you, so it is a pot full of yellow corn to warm your belly in winter. It is a scarf for your head to wear over your hair, to tie up around your face. I love you. Keep it. Treasure this as you would if you were lost, needing direction in the wilderness life becomes when mature. And in the corner of your drawer, tucked away like a cabin or hogan in dense trees, come knocking, and I will answer, give you directions, and let you warm yourself by this fire, rest by this fire, and make you feel safe. I love you. It's all I have to give, and all anyone needs to live, and to go on living inside. When the world outside no longer cares if you live or die, remember, I love you. Thank you.
Angela?
My name is Angela Jaco. I'm from Trout Lake School, and I'll be reciting Oranges by Rose and Kelly. I'll choose for myself next time who I'll reach out and take as mine, in the way I might stand at a fruit stall, having decided to ignore the apples, the mangoes, and the kiwis, but hold my hands above a pile of oranges, as if to warm my skin before a fire. Not only have I chosen oranges, but I'll also choose which orange. I'll test a few for firmness, Scrape some rind off with my fingernail so that a citrus scent will linger there all day. I won't be happy with the first one I pick, but will try different ones until I know you. How will I know you? You'll feel warm between my palms, and I'll cup you like a handful of holy water. A vision will come to me of your exotic land, the sun you swelled under, the tree you grew from. A drift of white blossoms from the orange tree will settle in my hair, and I'll know. This is how I will choose you, by feeling you, smelling you, by slipping you into my coat. Maybe then I'll climb the hill, look down on the town we live in with sunlight on my face and a miniature sun burning a hole in my pocket. Thirsty, I'll suck the juice from it, from you. When I walk away, I'll leave behind a trail of lamp-bright rind. Thank you.
And last but certainly not least, Micah.
My name is Micah Stewart. I'm from Cedar Tree Classical Christian School, and I'll be presenting to you today The Pilgrim by John Bunyan. Who would true valor see? Let him come hither. One here will constant be, come wind, come weather. There's no discouragement shall make him once relent his first avowed intent to be a pilgrim. Who so beset him round with dismal stories do but themselves confound. His strength the more is. No lion can him fright, he'll with a giant fight, but he will have a right to be a pilgrim. Hobgoblin nor foul fiend can daunt his spirit. He knows he at the end shall life inherit. Then fancies fly away. He'll fear not what men say. He'll labor night and day to be a pilgrim. Thank you.
Really great job with round one. It's kind of fun to be on this end because you can tell who the parents are. Their faces when their kid gets up. I was watching that really cute lady there. I can tell that's your son. It's really fun to watch. So nice job, everyone. That concludes round one. So let's have everyone take their seats, please. We're all on the edge of our seats for round two. So we're going to begin round two by having our students recite their poetry, but we're going in reverse alphabetical order. So that means Micah Stewart is up again.
I'll introduce myself again. I'm Micah Stewart, and I'm from Cedar Tree Classical Christian School, and I'll be reciting In Felix by Ada Isaacs Mencken. Where is the promise of my years, once written on my brow? Errors, agonies, and fears brought with them all that speaks in tears. Ere I had sunk beneath my peers, where sleeps that promise now? Naught lingers to redeem those hours. Still to memory sweet, the flowers that bloomed in sunny bowers are withered all, and evil towers supreme above her sister powers of sorrow and deceit. I look along the columned years and see life's riven fane just where it fell, amid the jeers of scornful lips whose mocking sneers forever hiss within mine ears to break the sleep of pain. I can but own my life is vain, a desert void of peace. I missed the goal I sought to gain. I missed the measure of the strain that lulls fame's fever in the brain and bids earth's tumult cease. Myself, alas for theme so poor, a theme but rich in fear. I stand a wreck on error's shore, a spectre not within the door, a houseless shadow evermore, an exile lingering here.
All right, Angela.
Hi again, I'm Angela Jaco from Trout Lake School, and I'll be reciting Domestic Situation by Ernest Hilbert. Maybe you've heard about this, maybe not. A man came home and chucked his girlfriend's cat in the wood chipper. This really happened. Dinner wasn't ready on time. A lot of other little things went wrong. He spat on her father, who came out when he learned about it. He also broke her pinky, stole her checks, and got her sister pregnant. But she stood by him, stood strong through it all, because she loved him. She loved him, you see. She actually said that. And then she went and married him. She felt some unique call. Don't try to understand what another person means by love. Don't even bother. Thank you.
Taven.
Kind of forgot to introduce myself a little bit here. So my name is Taven Haskey. I'm from Heritage High School, and I will be reading The Arrow and the Song. I do not know who it's by because I didn't research that. I'm sorry about that, but I don't know who it's by. But
Henry Wadsworth Longfellow.
Okay, thank you. Anyways, I shot an arrow into the air. It fell to earth, I knew not where, for so swiftly it flew, the sight could not follow in its flight. I breathed a song into the air. It fell to earth, I knew not where, for a sight so keen and strong that it can follow the flight of a song. Long, long afterward, in an oak, I found the arrow still unbroke, and the song from beginning to end I found again in the heart of a friend. Thank you.
Amy.
Hi, I'm Amy Eels from Battleground High School, and I will be reciting Floating Island by Dorothy Wordsworth. Harmonious powers with nature work, on sky, earth, river, lake, and sea, sunshine and storm, whirlwind and breeze, all in one duteous task agree. Once did I see a slip of earth, by throbbing waves long undermined, loosed from its hold, how no one knew, but all might see it float, obedient to the wind, might see it from the mossy shore, dissevered, float upon the lake. Float with its crest of trees adorned, on which the warbling birds their pastime take. Food, shelter, safety, there they find. There berries ripen, flowerets bloom. There insects live their lives and die. A peopled world it is, in size a tiny room. And thus through many seasons space this little island may survive. But nature, though we mark her not, will take away, may cease to give. Perchance when you are wandering forth upon some vacant sunny day, without an object, hope, or fear, thither your eyes may turn. The isle is passed away. Buried beneath the glittering lake, its place no longer to be found. Yet the lost fragments shall remain to fertilize some other ground.
Okay, Dee.
Hello again. I'm Dee Deschner from Hayes Freedom High School, and this is All Hallows Eve by Dorothea Tanning. Be perfect, make it otherwise. Yesterday is torn in shreds. Lightning's thousand sulfur eyes. Lightning's thousand sulfur eyes rip apart the breathing beds. Hear bones crack and pulverize. Eyes. Can I restart? Okay, sorry. Okay. Be perfect. Make it otherwise. Yesterday is torn in shreds. Lightning's thousand sulfur eyes rip apart the breathing beds. Hear bones crack and pulverize. Doom creeps in on rubber treads. Countless overwrought housewives, minds unraveling like threads, try lipstick shades to tranquilize fears of age and general dreads. Sit tight, be perfect, swat the spies, don't take faucets for fountainheads. Drink tasty anecdotes, otherwise, you and the werewolf, newlyweds. Thank you.
Okay, Josie.
My name is Josie DeBoard, and I'll be reciting Cartoon Physics, Part 1 by Nick Flynn. Children under, say, 10, shouldn't know that our universe is ever expanding, inexorably pushing into the vacuum, galaxies swallowed by galaxies whole, solar systems collapsing, all of it acted out in silence. At 10, we are still learning the rules of cartoon animation, that if a man draws a door on a rock, only he can pass through it. Anyone else who tries will crash into the rock. 10-year-olds should stick with burning houses, car wrecks, ships going down, earthbound, tangible, disasters, arenas, where they can be heroes. You can run back into a burning house. Sinking ships have lifeboats, trucks will come with their ladders. If you jump, you will be saved. A child places her hand on the roof of a school bus and drives across a city of sand. She knows the exact spot it will skid, at which point the bridge will give, who will swim to safety, and who will be pulled under by sharks. She will learn that if a man runs off the edge of a cliff, he will not fall until he notices his mistake. Thank you.
And our final recitation is Yeshe.
Hello again, my name is Yeshe Berry. I am from Vancouver School of Arts and Academics, and my poem is entitled American Smooth by Rita Dove. We were dancing. It must have been a foxtrot or a waltz, something romantic, but requiring restraint. Rise and fall, precise execution as we move into the next song without stopping. Two chests heaving above a 7-league stride. Such perfect agony. One learns to smile through, ecstatic mimicry being the sine qua non of American Smooth. And because I was distracted by the efforts of keeping my frame, the leftward lean, head turned just enough to gaze out past your ear, and always smiling, I didn't notice how still you'd become until we had done it for 2 measures, 4, achieved flight, that swift and serene magnificence, before the earth remembered who we were and brought us down. Thank you.
So that concludes our recitations for this evening. Can we just have another round of applause for these students? Really, really amazing job. And that takes a lot of courage to get up in front of an audience. So congratulations to you. You've already won in my book. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a short break, and we're going to tally the judges' scores. So that'll take maybe about 10 or so minutes. So pick over what's left over of the cookies and have some water and mingle for a little bit, and we'll reconvene at about 5 after 6 o'clock. And at that point, we will announce the winners, too, who will go on to the state competition. All right. So the scores have been tabulated, so thank you, Jody and Susan, for confirming accuracy, and of course, thank you to our judges. And after tabulating the scores, the 2 students who will advance to the state competition, in no particular order, are Yeshe Berry from Vancouver School of Arts and Academics and Amy Eels from Battleground. Congratulations to those 2 students. I do have a packet here that I will hand out to you talking about your next steps to go to state. We also have a certificate for every student, so please stay where you are. We'll hand out the certificates and take a nice photo. Amelia over here, wave Amelia, we'll take a photo. So please don't rush off. Just want to say thank you for sharing your talent with all of us. Let's give them one more round of applause. It takes an incredible amount of courage to get up in front of an audience and to recite a poem from memory. And I see a couple students beating themselves up for not getting it perfect. We understand that, but you really overcame a lot of fears that we all have. You stood up in front of all of us and recited a wonderful poem. So congratulations to you. Thank you for your hard work. You did a really great job. You're all incredibly talented, and of course will go far. I'm sure we'll be asking for your autographs someday. So this concludes our event this evening. We appreciate all of you being here to support these wonderful students. So thank you for taking some time out of your evening. Thank you to our team here at ESD 112 and our judges. And of course, students, don't run away. We do need to take your photo. Thanks, everyone.